Welcome back, everybody. We are ready to start the next task on our project, our data and statistics project that we've been working on. All right, we are on task 3. We're going to find and label the mean, median, mode, and range of each bar graph. So what you need to do is go back to your graph. Remember, you should have taken my data, made a copy of that data, and then created your graphs. You should have had 2 graphs. All right. In today's Google Classroom assignment, I want you to submit when you're done with task 3, submit your Google Sheet with your graphs and with the mean, median, mode, and range on them, so then I can check them. Some of you I have already checked. If you shared it with me already, I checked it. If you needed corrections, I suggested some. If you didn't need corrections, if it was good, I didn't say anything. Okay, so anyways, let's get back to this. We are going to do the mean, median, mode, and range of our data. So first thing we have to do, I'm going to look at these two. I did height and pets. So what I want to do is get rid of everything else. Okay, all these other ones are just going to get in my way because I only needed 2. Some of you did more than 2. You don't need more than 2, just 2. So I'm going to get rid of these other ones. So click on it, and actually all I have to do is click on it and then click delete. What did I say? Pets and height, right? So click delete, click delete, click delete, click delete. All right, now here we go. We've got our data. Next thing you have to do is put the numbers in numerical order. Okay, before we were going to take them off a dot plot, but since we couldn't do a dot plot on here, we did a bar plot, our bar graph, which looks like a dot plot, except they're all connected. So we have to go back to our data right here to find the mean, median, mode, range of our data. So what we want to do is we've got to have them in numerical order. So in order to do that, I'm going to click on my column A right here. It's going to highlight it. I'm going to come over here and see where it has this little symbol. That is filter. I'm going to create a new filter. I'm going to do that on the other one as well. Click on C, highlights the whole row. Come over here to where it says filter views. Click on the arrow, drop down, create new filter. All right. Now, in order to put them in numerical order, I got to click on my little upside down triangle here and filter A to Z. Same thing as numerical order, A to Z, it picks up on it, okay? So actually I got to come back over here and turn on my filter view again, don't I? So create new filter on this row. If I want them on at the same time, I need to click over here, highlight the whole Google Sheet, then create a filter view. So create new filter, and then I'll turn them all on at the same time. Either way is fine. You just got to get them in numerical order. Okay, so they're in numerical order. Now, what I need to do is find the mean, and I'm going to put my answers in right here next to these. So I'm going to go mean, and I'm going to type in whatever the mean is for this first row, height in inches of my classmates. So the mean is the average. I have to add all these numbers up and then divide by however many numbers there are in this data set. It goes from 2 to 27, so there's 26 kids in here. Okay, so add them all up, divide by 26. That's my average, my mean height, the average height. Then I have to go, so I'll type in here average. The next one will be median. What happened to that? It disappeared, didn't it? Typed right over it. Anyways, mean is the average. Median is the next one. That is the middle number. And instead of writing middle, you're going to put your actual middle number in there. So we come over here, and what you need to do is just list out all of your numbers. in numerical order. Just put them all down there, just like they were in that Google Sheet. So get out a piece of paper, write it down. I know. Now let's cross one off on each end, okay? Until we get to that middle number. So I got the third one here, fourth one down here, fifth one down here, sixth one. Now, it falls in between these two numbers. This is easy because it's 2, right? You know that if it came down to one number, that number is your median number. And this one falls in between these two numbers. Well, what if it wasn't that easy? What if it, you had number 50 and 57, and you're like, well, what number falls in between those? You just find the average of these two numbers. So you would just go 2 plus 2 is 4, and divide that by 2. And that would give you 2, okay? So if it falls in between two numbers, you find the average of those two numbers, okay? So that would be your median, your middle number. Now we've got to find the mode. Mode is the one that appears most often. You have to go through and figure out which number do you see the most. Well, guess what? I can come over here to my graph and I can look and say, 53 appears most often. You want to know how I know that? Well, because it's the tallest bar. There you go. And the range. The range is the difference between our largest and our smallest numbers. Okay, it's the difference. So we're going to subtract largest, smallest numbers. So I come over here. My largest number is 57. 48 is my smallest. So I go 57 minus 48. There's my range. I have to do that for each of these. So after I put on all of these, I come over here and I got to do the same for this set of data. Type in mean, median, mode, range of each of those. Okay, so you should have 2 bar graphs, 2 sets of data where it should be the same data that you used on your bar graphs, and calculated the mean, median, mode, and range of each set of data. And then you will be caught up on where we're at. What I need everybody to do is in Google Classroom is make sure by this Friday, please, turn in a copy of your data. Just put your name, data. And you're going to turn in the Google Sheet that has your graphs and your mean, median, mode of your data into Google Classroom by Friday. So we can look at it and I can see if there's anything you need to do different or see who's not doing it so I can get after you. Okay, so these need to be turned into Google Classroom. Just, share the attachment of the Google Sheet where all your data is and your graphs are by this Friday. Okay, everybody, if you were there through task 3 on Friday, then we will be good to go. We're right on track. Remember, this is a long project. We're going to continue to do more with it. So next week we'll do task 4 and we'll keep moving on with it until we get to the end. All right. Everybody have a great week. Once again, we will have a Kahoot game, a big Kahoot. We had a lot of people participate last week. It was great. Please use your real names so I can tell who is playing, who's not playing. All right. So we'll do that again this Thursday at 2:00 as well. All right. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you all later.